Here we are with Godbound, Evicting Epistle, Season 1, Episode 5. I am Devin, the referee, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing Thea.
Tyler playing Mattiel.
Kevin playing the Crimson Marquis.
Peter as Azazel the Goat-Headed.
Mark as Lothar.
It is September 2018, and to my left... So, guys, what happened last session?
We fought a bad monster, and we defeated it promptly. Turns out it was already dead.
And then we had a very special episode.
Ronald Reagan got involved.
Don't do drugs, kids. You'll get magical powers.
Do drugs, kids.
You run your own bad
If
village.
you find drugs that your parents put away, do them. Do them all.
Then we
That'll
watched the
teach
David Cronenberg movie and got recruited into a talk show for gods.
Did you watch a David Cronenberg? Oh, yeah. I
A
would say that's
shitty,
more
pretentious
Lynchian.
movie.
I would say it's more Lynchian.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so that's what you're doing for the description of what you did last
I
time?
think I talked to myself last episode. Think so? Was that last episode?
Yeah, you had a conjugal.
Yeah. That's not
That's
what
not
that
the
means.
word you're thinking of, Kevin.
I mean,
Wrong
gods
word.
are so,
God
incestuous.
Wrong word.
Gross.
And, he's in prison.
No.
I
No.
diagnose you with the dead.
She had the seance.
Very Grecian.
A suance.
And then we went to Jericho, and we told them,
Yeah,
hey,
you went to Jericho.
stop it. Stop being you. And we had a quest.
Stop being cubed?
Stop being you.
I mean, either.
Jesus Christ.
Stop being such squares.
And then we had to go visit Faust, and we had to defeat from the people who so they can make
A
their flying.
robot.
Yes, we had to so they could get their flying tower up in the air because Faust disapproved, and it was defeated single-handedly.
By Lothar.
No.
By Lothar?
Mattiel Jansen to him. He
Yeah.
fell down dead.
Did it?
No.
That's not what actually happened. That's just what they told people.
Yeah, the people in the tower were like, obviously you did everything involved in that, and that was we were just like, yes.
Through dance magic.
There we go.
Azazel the Punch.
Don't worry, I have many more stat blocks for you to one shot. Alright, well, that happened. Oh, and no, at the end of the session, Thea and Crimson Marcus, you went to a battlefield and found that your friend had died.
Acquaintance.
I mean, not the first time he died.
Again,
He died again, so we, gave him
a
a
JoJo
mask.
stone mask.
And then, he'll get better.
Yeah, he'll come back for season 3.
And I started up child protective services in our little nation here.
That's
Protecting children from their parents.
Pardon?
Protecting children from their parents.
Yeah, that's what child protective services does,
It's
Peter.
child trafficking, Peter.
It protects children from their parents when their parents are terrible.
Continuing a cherished podcast-long trend of kidnapping children,
Yep.
putting them in a sack, and taking them somewhere else.
Clickety-clack.
To be fair, it's always happened to save them.
That's how you
Oh, yeah,
justify it.
That's like saying, to be fair, the ends always justify the means.
I mean, have you checked up on them?
I mean, if children are going to get murdered by a bunch of killer bees, knocking them out and piling them in the safe zone just makes sense. Okay? We saved all the children.
They were squirmy. They were walking outside the safe zone.
No, they weren't, because the older ones I knocked out, the younger ones that couldn't get chloroform because it would hurt them, I put in the middle of the pile of bodies so they couldn't get out. It was like a nest of unconscious teenagers keeping all the toddlers in.
Weighing them down,
People can hear us outside, so this is always the best.
right?
It saved their lives, okay? We only had a certain safe zone.
Well, we were throwing C4 around.
That's what happened. There were killer bees everywhere.
Yeah, and I was throwing liquid nitrogen around.
Okay.
So yeah, we saved... Thea saved the children.
You saved the children, yeah. Children are going missing from families outside the city.
The but children are
Parents
the
get
future.
traumatized.
But you guys aren't going to hear about it.
Entire communities are traumatized.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to hear dick about that, though, because it's like small little communities you guys haven't encroached upon yet.
Yeah, it's also, it's probably not happening all that much in our city.
No,
Because,
it's not happening at all in the city.
like, you're the only one that mistreats children in our city, and I'm pretty sure you would know, like, I'm pretty sure there'd be resistance if your kids try to get taken away.
Oh, and some of the
Literal
Marquis
kids.
vampires are walking around in black and red stormtrooper armor. So, you know. In broad daylight. Just vampires walking around in this stuff. So.
Casket armor.
Casket armor. You know.
Does it play ominous Latin chanting or the Imperial March as they walk by?
I mean, that's playing in the you know, speakers around town all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, Solo confirmed that was a diegesic song.
That, confused me for a second, because I forgot stormtroopers in the Star Wars sense, and was thinking the historical sense. And I was like,
Oh, God.
I did
no.
not see
What?
that coming.
I was like, what?
So, yeah, heavy armored vampires walking around the city, making things safe.
We will keep you safe. Alright, well, there was one more thing that you guys were doing, and it was very pertinent to the next night worth of content. What was that, Peter?
We got a quest to go retrieve some crashed stuff from the Elven Forest.
You don't remember a goddamn thing about it, do you?
Well,
Where are your
Tollbringer had
notes?
some stuff. Some information that he was gathering. The other Tollbringer, not this one, because the other one's a dicks and so on. Something crashed somewhere in the Elven Forest. Something like that.
Lordy McDouble Flurry Lordy. So, listeners, to translate that from Polish, Azazel is looking to build a capital A artifact and needs to do an adventure for it as per how the game works. His adventure was he talked to Dericho, and the leader there, who is a clone of Toddbringer that's self-lobotomized, told him that the original Toddbringer, who was a Superman, one of those awful tyrants from the future that was ruining the world, had a lab in modern day, whatever the hell Dericho's Toddbringer's nation was. And the lab was achrono, which means it goes backwards and forwards in time. And you could go there to get the schematics on artifact construction that would help him in his quest to build the artifact.
Stuff like that.
That was the information. It had nothing to do with dicks, Peter.
I mean, there was Tollbringer involved, so...
The guy was a dick. He was not your friend.
Why is there nothing in your notes about this?
About
Like,
what?
I'm looking at your notes from last session, and there's nothing in your notes about your own quest that you just got.
Peter, you have one job. And that's
You
to
need to
all
get
the work for
Toddbringer.
me.
Need to get Tollbringer archives, feature archive stuff, it's acronic. There.
It's iconic.
Acronic.
It's ironic.
Man.
A chronic.
Yes.
It's
Polish.
chronic, yo.
Fucking brother. My brother thought Token from South Park was named Token because like Token. Like Token,
No.
Token a joint. It's like, dude, you
Do you not get the
missed
joke?
God
point.
damn.
Your brother's dumb as shit.
Yes. He's from
Don't say the name where we
dumb
come
place. So fair. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that name.
from. God damn it.
So in character, have our characters discussed going to the Elven
You all meet up
Forest?
at Dericho.
Oh, at Dericho, not at home base?
No, at Dericho. It's closer.
Okay.
It's closer.
Okay.
It was never...
The fucking Decepticon symbol pops up on screen, flips over to the Decepticon symbol, because that's what you guys are, and now you're all at Dericho meeting up. We're Decepticons? I mean, have you looked at yourselves?
You mean to say that we were an oppressed social caste that's now rising up to throw off the shackles of oppression?
That sounds like expanded universe.
Some of us were oppressed. Some of us came for the future.
Literally, when I was writing up those little propaganda / recruitment blurbs for our characters, it's like slave, doesn't know, but his entire community was murdered.
Yep.
I was like, oh boy.
Making it easy.
That's the stuff you do in the
That's life in the
past.
past.
I want to be a protagonist. I have to have a cool backstory.
Alright, so we meet up there.
Yep.
All right, you're there right now talking to each other. Communicate like equals.
So what's this about?
The Elven Forest. We need to go there because Toadbringer's archives have traveled back in time into that location, and I need some bits for that to make an archive of the epistle for future projects.
Slur that out there.
Yeah, but he's drunk, so he's slurring.
The Elven Forest is a place of near certain doom. You must be very careful.
Yes, we wish you luck in your adventure.
Yes, you must be very careful.
Okay. Well, those two agreed to come with already.
Their funeral.
Lothar's like, when did I agree to that?
Last time.
Have a nice day on the other side of that door.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of going to the Elven Forest either, but I'm not going to let him go alone.
We, of course, will use stealth and escape them. The Hyper Elves are not the most... They don't seem to care that much about chasing interlopers down.
They got the people for that. And we can deal with those people.
I have a question, Devin.
You may have that question, but I may answer it.
Can people
You kill yourself, yes.
people slash us gods live without a soul, even if it's for a short while?
What?
That's very specific.
What? What do you want?
I want to take their souls in case they die, and a part of their body, like a pinky or something, so that if they die, we can just resurrect them.
That does not work on God.
Damn.
Unless you have the Lich one.
Yeah, unless you're a lich.
Unless you have a gift for it.
With
I also
I'll
updated-
miracle it! Take everyone's souls!
For your curiosity, I updated on the Discord a picture of the map as it was at the end of the setting.
Ooh,
Like at the end of time.
that's
So
nice.
you can compare. I made that map.
That's nice.
Yep. It,
Well, there's that gorge there.
changed. No, that's a different place.
Eh,
The gorge that's on the new map, is that a gorge? Is that the word?
the divide.
A canyon.
I do not recommend
Yeah.
taking the
The
ship.
chasm that's on this map.
No, from the
Actually, the
rest of
divide, like where it says the divide on the map and the chasm in the canyon in that map, it's the same one. Because that's
See?
when the world was caused by detonating Godspeak in the future.
See? Told you.
The dragon mage became a full dragon god and grabbed the angel of him and used and told him to destroy him's power base so he wouldn't be able to control, delete the world in Epic Evil 3. Same divide. It keeps happening.
From a different instance, but yeah, okay.
It just keeps happening. But yes, Toddbringer lived in Dukoth at the northern tip. Which, as you can see, would be part of the Elven Forest now. Which you can't tell because you can't see
I mean,
the
if
Elven
supposed
Forest.
next to the divide, it's more about where the Manticore is, I guess.
No, you see there's a lot of space missing from the middle and it got stretched around.
Eh,
Yeah, the world got fucked, dude.
okay.
It got fucked hard.
So how do you expect to get there? I wouldn't suggest flying, given how easy you would be seen.
You'd be,
No, we're going to hoof it.
you'd be surprised how, if you fly low, it's not likely that you will be seen. Or very high.
You could send some birds around to distract people. No,
Well, I
there's
could
things flying.
certainly keep an eye out for any, if we actually run into an incursion of hyper elves or flying vessels. I'll take some birds to scout. Shall we be off?
I suppose.
Okay. So so that we can do this with reasonably fast, I'll give everyone the ability to fly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
just
movement
going
gift.
now? It's go time?
I think so, unless someone's got anything else they want to bring up.
God, I cannot go do this.
And I'll take a flock of birds, but I'll disperse them so they're primarily doing one scouting duty.
Okay.
And storm-blown swiftness, and we'll fly over.
Oh yeah, that should be John.
It's not shitty, Cole. Don't be shitty.
So very high or very low?
Probably low. Low to the ground, because we know where it is to get there. Like,
And you two aren't coming?
Yeah, sure. I guess we're coming, so we're actually.
Oh, you've been bamboozled into coming?
I guess so,
Bamboozled
yeah.
again?
So we're not.
All down the fort.
Oh, okay.
But then you won't be able to get any of the treasure.
I also won't be able to get any of the death.
Aceryn's there. It's like, God. We both know you can't die. Remember the whole...
I'd rather not go. Oh!
Remember you're immortal? Like, they're not, but you are. Remember you set up the whole thing, and like all the safe and redoubts and silos and missile commands and stuff. Did you forget that you were immortal again?
again?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It's okay. Sometimes I forget how many spell slots I have per day.
Well, alright, I forgot I'm immortal, so sure, let's go.
Now, you guys aren't immortal, he says, pointing to all of you in a wide drunk on honey arc. She is.
Thank you, Aceryn.
I will try very hard
You're
not to
welcome,
die.
boss. It's just a, snifter of honey full of spiders. They're candied. From the honey. You just grabbed a big web of spiders and cracked them into it and then shook it up. Anyway, you were saying...
For this guys, I was planning to use my second skin gift, well, from Dragon War to Miracle It, to transform into Hyper Elf, but...
They're gonna recognize that right away, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can you be as an insufferable a douche as the hyper elves are?
You won't know any of the hand signs.
It comes with the
No,
lesson
it
from
comes
it.
with that thing.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. That might work.
Yeah, but that only lasts a scene because it's a miracle.
Oh yeah, spend all your effort, Peter. Be effortless. I'll make you a deal. If you spend all your effort for the day and have zero effort when you get to your thing or whatever, it can last beyond that scene.
It's a no effort to use.
Oh, it's no.
It's a miracle.
Why don't you just use your influence
You just send it to Mir.
For what?
It's
to
But he
keep
doesn't
it?
know the
oh,
Influence
I
is a
see.
miracle.
He doesn't actually
Influence
have the
is
power.
for affecting factions and large
Influence is
scale,
baby
projects, not for
dominion.
yourself.
Okay.
You can't do that on yourself.
Yeah. Influence is a baby dominion thing. Look, there's only about 300 to 500 hyper elves, and the elven force is gigantoric. What are the odds
I'd say about one, but
that you'd run across any of them? So high. Very hard.
or one of their freaking guard dogs, or
Oh,
groups
it's
of
full of
servitors, and
things. It's full of things.
So one thing will be us getting to them, plus any interruptions, I guess. Other thing will be us being in the place, I guess. It'll be two separate miracles, I'm guessing.
Well,
Us
you
going...
don't have enough effort to get there. Like, if you want to keep miracling it. How much effort do you have in total?
Let's see, I think 4? Do we have?
You have 4?
I thought it was 3.
You have 3?
4.
No, you have to have
no,
3.
four.
Oh, I need
It's
more
one more
tokens.
than your level.
So I forgot the level.
My deal for you, Peter, is if you have 0 effort,
No, I don't have enough.
I will let you get through the forest looking like hyper elves. Your miracle will last like the entire day.
We'll check.
Choose wisely. You gotta make sure none of these guys like fucking break K-Fab here and acting like assholes. I'm looking at you, Tyler. You're gonna break K-Fab because you know what that is.
I'm known for it.
Sure, I'll spend all of my effort.
That's a really bad choice. I would not have taken that deal. It's a bad deal to take.
Because I don't have any gifts that require effort. Or they're like healing or something.
What about miracles of healing?
We're spending an effort to avoid failing a saving throw versus death.
It's a bad deal, Peter. It's the wrong call. You're George W. Bush going towards the beach, not towards the ship.
Oh, never.
It's a whole thing. Alright. So you guys are flying with your flying magic?
Yep.
So you're just going to be a bunch of elves flying into the forest like banshees trying to get to where old Dukoff was?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing.
You have a map, right? Todbringer gave you a map. He crapped one out into an egg for you.
And the birds will scout out as well.
You get birds. Alright. Perfect. I'm just going to pause real quick.
So,
we're now back.
Yep.
You were saying something.
So who wants to be transformed into hyper elf? Who doesn't? Because some people were opting out of that. Should I just go as the only hyper elf there?
I think only the slave races should not be hyper-elfed.
Huh?
I'm
Oh,
going to
I
be
see.
flying and sneaky, so...
I am distinctly something that's not of this world, so I think it's probably for the best if I look like a hyper elf instead.
And you?
Thea isn't as vain as some of my other characters, so I'll say sure.
Okay. So we've got 3 hyper elves and 2 slaves, quote unquote.
Oh, plus I don't want to have to play a slave. So.
That's shit. So you're going to use bird powers to fly?
Yep.
Alright, you enter the perimeter of the Elven Forest. The perimeter of the Elven Forest is marked with normal trees, which are still huge and prehistoric. And they look like they're still kind of new growths. Immediately beyond this kind of range of trees the trees get about 10 times bigger and larger, and all of their bark has been carved with symbols into them. Like they have runes and calligraphy and nice little drawings etched in like they're made of marble, because the trunks are made of really strong, hardy materials. And yeah, these trees are enormous and enriched because this is like the land of Fui that you're walking in. A nexus of spiritual power. There are fairy lights everywhere, foo follets, and the not French word for foo follets.
I don't know what that is.
Foo follets. Faux follets. They're like little balls. Will-o-wisps. That's the not French word.
Why do you even know the French word?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, there's foo follets and will-o-wisps kind of everywhere dancing along. All the trees give off a strange, almost ethereal glow from the carvings in them. The leaves are huge and hold up large predator, or large prey animals like lizards and stuff. The birds here are bigger. Everything's bigger and prehistoric in here. You see an elk walk by and it's, 3 times the size of a normal elk, and it's covered in ridges and has bones jutting out of it and stuff, and has more chitin, and it's just stomping through over some vines and stuff.
The good news is Lothar isn't looking directly at any of the hyper elves because he is sick to his stomach and slightly terrified when he sees hyper elves for reasons related to his background, and also he's really scared and nervous because
you haven't seen any hyper elves yet.
Well, the fake ones.
Ah, yes.
Okay, it's as he goes okay, I hate this part. He has up and the elven has start bursting to his chest, he just peels off his own skin and emerges a hyper elf.
I changed my mind. I don't want to turn into a hyper elf.
I always hate this part. And yeah,
I changed my mind.
his skin and everything just withers away and into nothing, and standing there as well. Describe the hyper elves to us.
Did you pick a black one or a white one?
I guess a black one.
Okay, so what emerges from Azazel's chest cavity as he shapeshifts is a impossibly tall, slender, lithe, humanoid patterned form with multiple, it's perfectly symmetrical, but there's multiple, fingers and toes and stuff on it. It's sucking all the light into it like a black hole and causing that Doppler shift in color around it. So it has a aurora borealis of reds and blues, and then eventually just black. Its eyes are burning white and look like it's someone cut out the animation paper on here just to leave the light behind. The mouth kind of changes shape and size, and it looks like it's off model. If you're watching a cartoon and they go off model constantly, that's what hyper elves do. You ever seen old Canadian animation where it's all weird and scratchy and stuff?
And they throw in random photorealistic pictures?
Yeah, or how Anti-Spiral looks in Gurren Lagann. How he's clearly done a different animation style than the rest of the show. Or Madoka, where you go into the witches' lairs and it's clearly a different animation style than the rest of the show. That's what it's like in real life to look at them. It's hard to comprehend, it's unsettling, and it doesn't really have a definite description. It's like, I'm going to just have to constantly use references to see if you guys will comment any of them. It's like in Evangelion where they see Adam, he's just a giant made of white. Like made of light stomping around. These things aren't that much taller than you guys. It just looks like they are because of the perspective of how they're colored. Black ones are just have an impossible like 0.0 light soak count, and whereas the white ones they're just bloody. They have an albedo that's really high.
Well, damn.
Yeah, get into a fight with one. It's like being attacked. It's like seeing a gray. But like, you know, when you're like hazy and feverish and a gray's coming at you and stuff, but like when you're a kid and afraid of them.
I suppose turn me into a white one for, you know, symmetry.
Fine. They will start picking up on their mannerisms and they'll see similar things happen, I guess.
Yeah, same thing but inverted. It's really hard to look at them. Like it's just pure white. And there's like, it's like a strobe effect, like going over and over. And in between the strobes, there is the general outline in black of whatever it is. Like in the new Lord of the Rings, how they show Sauron is just the eye strobing over and over, and you get his outline.
Giving Hobbit seizures.
Yeah, the seizure effect. It's very hard to look at them. Very hard. They're just a race of thieves.
I don't like it.
Thanks, Faust. Prick.
Alright.
I thought that's what they were fooling.
Yeah, but Faust is the reason they exist.
Oh.
If you read The Failures of Faust, you will determine why this is a fuck you Faust moment.
Well, let's hurry along, shall we?
See, do we have to like burst out of our skin and stuff? I don't have real skin.
We'll just put you in rags, it's okay.
Anyway, you guys are now looking like hyper elves, except for you two. The pasty people. The slaves. The edge of the forest. It's full of life. Something that's going to point out to Lothar almost immediately is there are no predators here.
Yeah, they've all been eaten or killed many, many millennia ago. Right?
It's just, you don't see signs of violence in here, but there aren't like traditional predator animals. Like, there are birds that clearly eat insects, and you see them eat insects. And the insects are also bigger and badder too, but they're also more beautiful. Like ladybugs look like their carapaces are jeweled, or like crickets look like they actually have violins for legs that are all like, you know, classical organic violins. Like it looks very fairy tale.
So can I actually talk to the birds?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're birds, dog. They're just dire.
Hmm.
You know, 3-4 hit dice.
They might snitch on you.
Just a bunch of big blue jays.
Like, just sort of wave and say hi.
Hello,
Hello.
bird, bird, bird.
Yes, bird. Sorry.
Ah, it's singing.
Okay, so I'll ask if it's seen the giant thing, the treasure trove that we're looking for.
What does it look like?
Look
like a bug?
Big hole. Was it big hole in the ground? Was it described as?
How did Toddbrennan describe this?
Todd Barron described it as like a building. So it shouldn't be hard to find. There aren't buildings in the Elven Forest.
Someone edged the rock?
Yeah, a big rock instead of a tree.
Does it have right angles?
I believe so.
Nature doesn't draw on those. I've seen that.
Oh, interesting. Could you show us?
Yeah, one moment. Ah! It's screaming, it's singing. It's making a very pleasant sound. It's a Jay.
Ribbit.
This way, bird! Flies into a tree, knocks a branch and some leaves down, keeps flying.
So you're gonna say it knocked itself out.
This way.
And it's all muscle. None of that's fat.
Just later on, I'm just going to be like, well, I was going to transform birds into make them big as a mini project, or I could just get a bunch from the Elven Forest.
Right? Just steal their birds.
Paste.
Yes, you see birds flying around you because he's talking to the birds, and they're like showing up around you and like dropping like silk on you. They're, like giving you gifts. One of them lands on like your hand as you have it outstretched. It's singing at you.
Ignore it like a proper hyper elf.
Yeah, there's like woodland creatures clearing out a path. There's like some of those some of those badgers tearing roots out of the way and reshaping them into a nice smooth path where you're walking. You know, for you guys. And then as you're leaving behind, they're like pointing it back.
See, they know their place.
Yeah, it's a Disney princess moment here, guys. This is kind of what I'm invoking.
I'll go along with it.
This is how every day in our lives should be.
This should be my everyday.
And that's when the party turned antagonists.
Tended to by slaves.
The animals aren't slaves, they're animals. And they like us.
They born for this. This is a little, Piper Elf talking.
Yeah, you're just being tended to by the woodland forest. Giant blue jay comes down with an egg in its talons and just kind of, drops the egg in your hand and then starts pecking it open. It's clearly a blue jay egg and opens it and it's pre-cooked inside.
Yes, food for the slaves.
It's not like it's not like those duck eggs where it's still grown on the inside and it's completely cooked.
Why don't your birds do this?
Are you gonna eat the egg? Eat the food they gave you?
Do hyper elves eat?
No, you're gonna admire it, then you're gonna throw it to one of your servants. Like the dogs they are.
Okay, I'll do that. Toss it to her, because...
I'm not eating that egg.
I mean, they're delicious. You've had them before.
They're slave range.
God.
Why do you hate
They're basically servant treats. You don't want a servant treat? You don't want a student stack?
I've been a part of this ecosystem before.
We just tossed eggs at you all the time.
Their own eggs.
Attribute to the kindly masters.
Are you guys just walking or are you using magic? Because you're using magic, that's going to send conflicting messages.
Well, I'm doing the flying thing because I'm a bird.
Yeah, you're a bird, clearly.
I
Okay.
think we're walking.
What happens to servants if a hyper elf refuses their gift?
It doesn't happen.
Oh, they just accept them all the time?
Yeah, it's never happened.
Okay, so they don't just kill themselves on the spot. That's good to know.
It's just not a thing.
So if we refuse it, the soul will be very conflicted and won't know what to do with themselves.
Might end the gift instantly and then an alarm will go off.
Did you eat the egg?
I guess I ate the egg.
Although this turned torturous and it's just you walking up to the dungeon.
Just us
I'm just
constantly
saying,
handing her eggs.
if a hyper elf handed one of its servants a present, and then they just dropped it on the ground, it's like,
I think every animal in sight would drop dead out of shock.
The faux pas.
Thank you, Master. You're so generous.
Mattiel will remember that.
I usually gave it to Mattiel instead of Lothar's because I was like, Lothar's a bird person. Maybe he doesn't want to eat birds. I don't know.
Actually, no, Lothar wouldn't have any issue with that because have you ever seen what that's every
Birds eat
bird
birds.
eats other birds.
But it's funnier just to keep handing Mattiel everything.
Everything, yeah.
A few hours go by as you make your way north. And then a few more hours. And then eventually you come across a clearing. One of the trees here is still... So there's one of those giant trees here, right?
Yeah.
But the trunk up to maybe 50 feet up is gone. And there's branches and roots growing from the part that remains 50 feet up into the ground still, almost like it's I don't know how to describe this.
Like it's walking on its...
Yeah, like it's walking, or like it's a canopy, or like it's like a gazebo, because that trunk part has disappeared.
A gazebo?
Yeah. And where it's standing in its place, there is a building in the ground. It is brick red. It seems to be made out of a mix of stone and polished ceramic. There are clearly wizard runes on it, and analog machinery, like a lot of brass and steam fittings and stuff. And it's just, it has paved stonework going all around it in swirling kind of concentric circles and patterns.
So how big is it? It's when you say, is it a reasonable sized building, or is it just a small...
It's probably 100 feet wide by 100 feet.
Even with might, I can't pick that up.
Yeah, 50 feet tall, right where the trunk ends, and then the tree continues on because its roots spread and built around it. Yeah, when you guys approach it, you can feel there are wards on it. Empyrean and Mundus, which makes it hard to make dominion changes and which requires effort to be committed. The failing Empyrean word system requires 1 effort to be committed to use your gifts in it.
Okay.
Is it going to cancel out the disguise? Or
If you don't spend an effort.
I'm going to say no because that was the deal I made with Peter before I decided I had Empyrean words.
Yep.
That seems fair. Bird's like, there it is.
Thank you.
Nature's and drawn straight lines.
You only have to commit when you're using the gift, right?
Yee.
Whenever you use a gift, that requires you to commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because I'm like, if you have to do it, if you have to choose when you're going in, then I'm committing to my mind shifter power. But,
Armageddon out of here.
right?
I will. I'm going to disable the flight gift unless once we're there. So.
At this point, I don't think you were using it, as you guys were
Oh, is it?
conspicuous. Yeah. So, things you should be aware of. There are bodies here.
Bodies of...
People. There are bodies buried just off of the stone area in like 4 kind of, actually pretty standard graves. There's like markers set up for them.
Take a look.
Uninter them.
Yeah. I might
Before we do that,
Oh.
I could probably just spread a bit of network in there, have a few like spiders or ants crawl inside instead of having to dig them up.
Just do sonar.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Alright, yeah, because you make tons of networking gear. So you're just like, boop, little fairy ring grows up around, and they all, like, at the same time, the mushroom caps kind of make a shaking sound and do a little sonar. There are 4 bodies in there. They all belong to future people. You can tell. They've been modified, given cyberware, magitech wear, various equipment. They're from different clades and, like, spin-offs. One of them's mechanical, like, one of them's, like, just an artificial origin. They all have MCP gear on them. Manticore. They're in Manticore combat gear, Manticore, hand-to-hand weaponry and ranged weaponry. They've all been buried and given burial rites.
which seems to imply that the elves didn't catch them. They died of their wounds on the way here.
Or something, but probably at least one of them survived. I don't think the elves would do burial rites.
No, certainly not.
The grave markers are basically like not crosses, but instead of crosses, it's a circle and has like a happy face basically drawn on it.
Oh,
Is that Manticore?
so that's Julia, right?
Julia.
Sun god.
Liquid still has worshippers in this time of day, even though he's dead.
He didn't exist back here.
Yeah, but these are future
Oh,
people,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I mean, even vampire god still worships Julia.
Well, it's more of a healthy liking for
Worship is a strong word.
Yeah.
But still.
So maybe either a Jolyrite found them, buried them, maybe a Jolyrite was a part of their group, or maybe a Jolyrite killed them and buried them. Wait, what do their wounds look like?
Some of them have plasma wounds. Some of them looks like their internal systems failed due to high frequency cursing. Some of them look like they were just poisoned.
I figured it's cursing.
Does Manticore have a specific religion, or
Nope. You corpus mother, corpus father.
okay? Are they allowed to worship outside of that?
Allowed is a strong word.
Is it permitted? Or
I mean, you can get exceptions for different like performance increases and stuff.
so it
Performance
could,
incentives allow it.
it could simply be that they were Jollyrites who work with Manticore. Someone who's respectful.
Do
of
you
their
know much about
beliefs.
Manticore, like your character?
Average amount?
Thea describes to you they're all bar-coded as special divisions, which means they're probably above the normal person's salary range, which means they might have a lot more autonomy.
Okay, yeah, that would make
Because they do barcode their employees. They do brand their slaves.
Alright.
Now, that's a strong word. Not every culture that has a shared mark of its people should be phrased like that.
But a barcode that brings up their profile and tells you exactly what they're worth in the company and what section of this company they're allowed to be in and where they're allowed to marry and where their kids are allowed to intermingle with other kids.
So that's a little bit different. I just wanted to put forth that
So it's a caste system.
my tattoos are not branding slaves.
I mean, yours aren't, theirs are.
Yeah.
So I have a knowledge of hyper-elf culture because I currently am one. What would they do if they found these graves? Would they desecrate them, or would they not care? What would their servants do to them?
Care.
Yeah, their servants wouldn't care.
No, they think on a time scale so long that these things would eventually just return to Earth within the next year or so.
Okay, so they're fine here. They're not going to get
No one
desecrated.
cares.
Okay, perfect. Then we can just leave them as is. Yeah, burial rights, I can't do anything with them.
They died of a lot of different wounds. I'm wondering if the door is trapped or something.
I don't know. Let's ask our artificer.
Artificer.
Do you have any gift for them?
There's the take control one. You're out of effort, so you can't
Yeah.
miracle it.
Oh, right. You have no.
Probably maybe a tier technician. I think there's something about figuring out how things function and being immune to negative effects of minor magical items. I think.
And you might be able to duplicate the gift with your
Engineering.
thing.
Since this is a modern thing, yeah. Well,
Such a tricky way to say things. It's a modern thing.
It's like
You can also
The future
you can also
past.
freedom our way in and just go right through the wall.
Good freedom.
Or we just send birds to open the doors. Bird! Boom!
if only we had fingers.
You can send your Eastern Thay to open it.
Is it Faye here?
Hey, you brought an Eastern Thay.
Okay.
Oh,
Remember, you guys were going to bring an Eastern Thay, you said.
we changed our mind because we had.
I
someone
can't
who
tell how
served
many
as a
times you guys
slave.
change your mind.
Because we had someone who was experienced as a slave. That's why we settled on bringing them instead of, a high-level sorcerer whose powers would be more detectable than ours, I think.
Well, either or.
Can we sense traps if no one has power for it?
I mean, try. You just poke around, talk to me about what you're doing, and assign roles to it. Those bodies have been freshly buried within the last, couple days.
Alternatively, I can just dig up corpses from anywhere and have it open the door. It's just... I have a sympathetic link, so if it's powerful sorcery, which I assume it is, given this is connected to Toddbringer.
Faye does that, by the way, just every time his name's mentioned.
The guy sucked. No one liked him.
Everyone spits when he said.
I'll send some spiders at the door.
Okay, as soon as it touches the door, they explode. Really violently, too. Like a cartoon, explosion effect from, Adobe After Effects appears, and they're gone.
That answers that.
When Master Shake throws something on the ground and it explodes, that effect.
Should we go inside or?
That's what we're trying to do. They're exploding when they try to get in, so... Blaze, purity of brilliant law. Oh, right. I have that.
Still loaded.
There you go.
So I'm going to commit 2 effort, one for my engineering gift, where I can miracle any gift.
I think you still had it settled pretty brilliant though. The last time you used it.
I have to use it every time, I can't just...
No, I think you use it whenever you switch it. So, if you set it to Purity of Brilliant Law, then it is Purity of Brilliant Law until you use it again.
That sounds weird. That sounds like I just have infinite access to purity of brilliant law if I want.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, you spend
that's
the effort
exact-
to switch it to the different gift, and then you spend the
Yeah.
effort to use it as if you had it.
Yeah.
Then when you don't want it anymore, you switch it to a different gift by spending effort.
Okay, so he just brings out his camera, lifts it up, and kind of takes in the sigils on it. And when he's got enough of it in, he just snaps the picture.
So I'm going to bring up that Purity Brilliant Raw probably works differently than what you're familiar with, because it dispels a hostile magic effect on yourself, or offensively dispels another gift for a round, as if with a miracle.
It's like a miracle, so I could dispel it for a round?
Yeah,
What
as
about-
if it's like a gift.
There
But
is-
what
about
you-
sea-
what
sea
I-
salts?
let me
Oh, sorry.
just continue.
Okay.
What you guys are thinking of for completely fucking this magic is purging the Noonday Blaze.
Which is greater.
No, there's also.
Salt spray and sea.
Which is a great.
It's a greater gift.
Again, that also only does stuff targeted at you.
what
Which
I
is
will
why
do-
Purity and Salt Spray is not an omni power.
What I will do is I'll create a zone of danger on the door with network to have mushrooms and stuff grow up and open the door. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but I'll do it. I don't remember how to do it anymore, but I'll do
Alright,
it. I don't remember how to do zones of danger. I know they're
Commit
impossible.
effort. And
Effort for the day.
well, miracles, yeah, effort for the day.
There was other shit for canceling out magic too. I just can't.
probably
Sorcery,
sorcery.
probably.
If that
You
doesn't
can't
work,
do
I can
sorcery.
always throw a big rock at it.
You can have this immune to all low magic. Affection and understanding.
These are magical wards.
Yeah, there's some sort of advanced magic system in there that's keeping you guys from getting in. You have to figure it out to be able to get in. It's a trap to disarm.
Yeah, there's a little. Yeah, none of the lesser gifts are for that.
I think I can get it with Unshackled Step. Mundane locks and their path open before them, and magical wards can be opened by committing effort for the day.
Nice.
That sounds like it would work.
Also, you could use that gift to make your Lich King gift Eldritch Wards. Makes them into lesser magic and theurgy.
God, I actually have that.
No. What are you doing there?
I forgot about that.
What are you doing there?
I guess this would be lesser magic.
You're immune to any hostile low magic or theurgy, because it's also probably theurgy. Used directly against you. If you try to open the door is going to attack you with its effect.
Yeah. Mattiel seems to have, her thing, so.
As you remember that you're immune to this entire
He's
scenario.
Yeah, he's just, at the last moment, he's like,
Oh, it's fine.
I have to commit 2 effort to do my thing.
Look
so
at
while you're
Mattheo's
preparing that
face.
gift,
So
he's just kind of
miracle
like, do I want to look foolish? Oh wait, I forgot that. Oh wait, yes, now it comes to me. Yes, he just walks over to the door and opens it.
Just try the knob, like the
Yeah.
latch. Mattiel's looking, he's like, that would have cost me 2 effort to do what I was going to do.
So yeah, he just opens it and absorbs the blow of whatever curse is in the.
Yeah, it's trying to kill you. You had to figure out the command word and stuff, and there were hints on the floor, and the dead guys had notes on them and stuff. The solution comes to you as you just nope, and open the door.
Can I keep touching it to just absorb all the curse
No,
magic?
you open the door, the curse is off.
Okay,
So you
good.
solved it, and it's oh, I'm in an open state, therefore I can solve. There's a whole puzzle. And just, you're fine.
It's fine.
Ah, the poor GM.
Nah, I'm fine. It was just great how you guys what can we do? It's why don't you investigate? Oh no, it's fine. It's good.
It's Godbound, we don't care.
There's a whole other NPC hiding around here, just waiting to talk to you.
No, it's their fault for not coming out to talk to the hyper elves who are here with their
Yeah,
own
the scary monsters.
We enter.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to change it from the Kodama theme from Mononoke to something else. Just one moment. Alright, you're inside a Magitech facility. It's all lit up with pulsing lights, and there's runes on the inside. There's crystals everywhere. There's machinery moving in the background, kind of broken-like, because, this place has been cut off from the rest of its base. There are clocks everywhere that are running backwards and forwards and spitting out fire and water and stuff. You look like you're on the main floor.
Okay.
This is a big, broken workshop.
So no hyper elves would be in here, or their servants.
Nope.
Not Mattiel, Jesus Christ. The Marquis brings out his phone and a cigarette. There we go.
Any of those, what do you call them? Computer things? That's what they call them.
Computer fog machines.
None of this stuff is technology-based. All of it is specifically artifice-based.
Perfect.
Toddbringer was a hipster.
Just the
I
worst.
use analog clocks.
Oh yeah, it's all analog steamwork, magic technology. Just, magic stuff.
Okay. Well, can we have a look around, see where... Is there any directories around here or something?
It's a big workshop. There are tables and machine shops everywhere, and books on shelves for referencing different machines, and runes carved into the ceiling. It looks like a big lab where a bunch of people will be working.
Okay.
A fabrication floor.
Okay.
There's
then-
smithery and smelting stuff around here. Yeah. It's I don't know, probably the square footage of this condo, 2-3 times over.
Okay.
See if we can't just move this entire thing.
But back through the Elven Forest. If we ran into any other elf, they would have questions.
About you doing manual labor.
And also carrying a house around.
They'd be like, that looks unnatural. Nature doesn't draw on right angles.
That's why we're getting rid of it.
Isn't this wrong?
Isn't this wrong? Doesn't this break the public trust?
That doesn't mean we can't steal the smaller things and just leave it with sacks.
You guys need a swag bag.
Also, like
Swag bag.
a USB drive or something to download the information you want.
I mean, I've got the
Stolen
bits
books.
for the
Oh, it's literally all
artifacts, so yeah.
Yeah, nothing's technology in here.
Oh.
It's all artifacts. It's all magic items.
If we can build a cloth sack or something, I can probably carry it.
I have another idea.
Network.
You change your gun to a fire word of disintegrate, and then you change it later to a fire word of not disintegrated
No, the
anymore.
gift does the same thing.
Change it to that thing that he did to steal money in the last game.
Oh yes.
I mean, just-
Freeze drying.
Anything you want, just bring it to a pile and I'll burn it to ash.
the whole point of Muse Artifact is for it to absorb all the knowledge, so we don't technically need to copy it. The artifact ability will copy it.
Oh, that's fine. I'm merely
Oh,
talking
you
about
have a
I'm building
portable
art-
scanner. Okay.
Yeah. things like
That's the
furniture
thing I'm
you
building.
might want. Pretty things. You like pretty things, right?
Alright, you start burning everything in a pyre in the middle of the room and collecting the dust.
Yeah, anything that isn't a necessary artifice computer, yes.
Alright, well, you guys are going to start burning everything down. And I just imagine it's the transporter buffers from TNG, and you just like put them around like a pit in the middle of fire, like burn, burn. We're saving this knowledge by burning it.
Fire. Fun word.
Alright, there is clearly a set of staircases leading to a lower level, like a lift, that has been locked. Like with a padlock.
I look at it as an artifact. Is it magically protected or something?
Oh, bejesus, yes.
Oh, it's not a trap, it seems.
You approach the lock.
How are we going to solve this?
The lock has like a little ruby nose, and like it has like the keyhole mouth, and the mouth starts moving. To get past this puzzle, you must answer my questions 3.
Regale us with your questions.
First, what happens if we get it wrong?
You will be incinerated as this building catches fire in an energon explosion.
That sounds serious. We should really get these questions right.
Proceed.
What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the midday, and 3 legs at night?
There's probably literally a future person who does that.
Man.
The correct answer was an amputee frog, initiating self-destruct sequence.
Just crush it in the
Are you
palm.
serious right now? I'm gonna punch you in the
9.
face.
Did you break the lock?
Yeah.
It had 1 hit die, you kill it.
Yeah.
I want to revise that. The answer was a frog. All of the answers were a frog.
Excellent
Cold
job. We solved the
bringer.
puzzle.
Violence is the ultimate solution. Okay, we go down the lift.
It's a staircase. There's no lift. It's
Oh.
just... Alright. Floor 2. This looks like this was a relaxation room. There's like divining crystals, crystal balls everywhere, mirrors, scrying pools. Places to see the future and see the world. There are ghostly images of people moving around in here. Like they're made of like dust, or they're kind of wraithy.
Are they actual souls that you can capture?
I didn't bring any of my vampire ladies with me for that. I mean, if they're souls, I can just cram them into a body, but...
You have a vampire thing, maybe you have soul sucking or something.
Are they souls? What are they? I'll investigate one.
Yeah.
They look like shadows of people, like just going about their day.
What are they doing here?
Very deeply entrenched memories.
They're doing wizard stuff. Like they're using this equipment in here and doing stuff and like doing wizard stuff. There's no other way to say it.
Okay.
Imagine a wizard doing stuff with scrying orbs and pools and water. That's what they're doing.
Wasn't it mentioned that this compound was trapped in time, going back in time. These simply could be memories of various times before.
Likely.
These things are shiny.
Oh yes, keep looting.
Are you gonna loot this floor?
Yes.
Okay, when you start to loot, all the shadows turn to look at you and have red demon eyes.
Put things back.
No, they're attacking you.
Okay.
Oh boy, combat time.
Woo!
Okay.
Just pause and...
Sure, let's pause and. Alright, there are 5 figures. Ghostly apparitions, outlines of people who were. They all have red demon eyes, and they have, like, fleshy, skeletal forms. You guys go first.
You do. In fact, I'm going to use an effort,
Okay?
and I'm going to use Storm Breaks, so that I get an extra action at the start of the
Go
fight.
for it.
Commit day scene.
It is, I believe, Commit for Scene. And let's see. So the quick question is, do I want to try miracling? How closely packed are these things?
Not closely packed. They're all in different parts of the room coming at you. They'll be able to close within the round now.
Okay, I'll head for one, and I'm going to use yeah, I'll use Red Jaws.
Go for it.
Try and cut down the numbers. Roll. One hit, one miss.
You want to
And
pause while you're figuring this out?
one hit.
So, a flurry of activity happens. Lothar, you're just going to drop on one and drop it to death.
In a rage of magically enhanced claws and teeth and pecking them with headbutts.
Alright, one of these white monsters just immediately drops. You rip it apart, and it falls to ash and sand on the floor. You all attack the other 4, and I think all of you miss.
I
No?
did.
Thea.
Thea puts out her hand, and a swarm of bees comes from it, and collides into one of these things, exploding as they hit.
Alright, you shear off a good amount of its armor and its bones.
Yes.
Alright, the other 4 turn away from you all to Lothar, and they all start hacking at you with falchions.
Lothar tries to parry them with his hands and
You parry, I think 2 of them, and the 2 actually are able to connect with you and slash into you.
grim. These are magic weapons, I take it?
Oh yeah, magic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, these can't be hurt by non-magic. If you don't have a magic weapon, they're immune. But I think you all do.
All of us automatically have magical weapons,
Not
yeah.
quite automatic.
No.
But
Oh, right, if you take
If you have a gift that gives you D10,
the weapon
usually
booster,
it's...
Or most stripes.
exactly. It's hard to not get it. Like, sword just gives every attack is magic. Alright, well, that was the first turn. We're now going to turn 2. What are you guys doing? What's your plan amongst each other? You're being backed into a corner by a bunch of monsters.
I'm going
Keep punching,
to
counting.
send the rest of the swarm, well, not the rest, but
More so.
another swarm at the same guy that I hit last time.
Alright, Matt Ale?
I'm going to leap into the fray and try and harry one of them off of Lothar.
Okay.
Marky's going to tuck something he's been looting under his arm. Just kind of keep walking back while firing into the crowd.
With your gyrojet pistol?
Yeah.
Well, this is just going to go into melee range with them, try to fight them. And opening his elf mouth the way it shouldn't be opened and biting into them.
And Lothar?
Lothar is going to, he can still take another hit or two, so he's going to keep attacking the one that was previously injured by Thea. So we can
It's a
try
good
and
idea.
take an
It's a good
extra one
plan.
down.
The action economy exists.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to pause while we do all the dice rolls. Okay, you guys get into the fray with these things. Madiel tries to drag off one of the whites from attacking Lothar and harries it. It ignores you completely as you're stabbing through it, and they all equidistance around him like a cube. Stand on each corner so they're within melee range and don't provoke attack of opportunity on a rule set that no longer exists. And they all use unerring blade to stab Lothar at the same time as they're taking damage from who damaged them?
I did.
You're at the top of the list.
No.
You and Faye are at the top of the list after they kill Lothar. You might notice that they're using tactics that are boring but effective. That is because Toddbringer programmed them. He was very boring, but not that effective. Lothar's down to 3 hit points.
Can they fly?
You haven't seen them display flight yet.
I mean, we're in a building too, so I don't think unless it's
The ceiling's like 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
Do attack of opportunities exist?
No.
Okay, then.
No,
Wait, they totally do.
yeah, if
Wait a minute.
if you're within melee range and you leave, yes, there's attack of opportunity. Or you have
That does
to.
exist. I forgot
do
about that because we
something.
never use it.
Yeah, that's one of the mechanics we forgot about Godbound for a long while. So like, wait, Aether's can be useful. Just kidding. It was
Yes,
useful.
it's true.
You have alacrity.
Yes, I will. Should miracle up something, shouldn't I?
You should miracle up and not murder, and not die.
Can you heal him?
Yes,
Yes.
she's good health.
Well, I'd have to.
You have
miracle,
committed
but
effort.
yes.
Wait a minute, didn't you
Wait.
take health as fertility? Oh, you don't have any
No.
effort.
I have fertility gift that heals a party. She's got the health gift, I presume. No, you didn't. You can miracle.
The gift
health.
I have for
Please say it's
health.
Cancer Man.
No, the gift I have 2 gifts for health. One gives me more hit points. One lets me regrow people's limbs and stuff that are off, but it does not heal.
It's like a
I would
starfish.
have to. I would either have
Miracle.
to miracle it, or I could just use Stay as Touch, like the Merciful Hands.
You have to commit effort to be healed by that, actually, don't you?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
We're
Every
all
healing
really-
except for mine, but I don't have effort.
Maybe I should just go off and thy to find the wards. What else is going on?
Maybe you guys should actually kill these low-level thugs.
Just grab them and shake them.
Shake them.
wait. Does alacrity have a thing where you don't provoke attacks of opportunity?
It's got something actually significantly better.
Probably like in teleport or something.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was one of the base things, because it makes sense. So.
How am I fixed for effort?
Low for the swift, 2 left, 4 left.
Okay.
Zazel.
I's got nothing.
You have to roll a 15 or higher to hit that tail.
All right. How about we let
I mean-
some of these other guys, or establish that Divine Fury?
Yeah, what's that going to do? You're going to level up next session, get it back.
So, yeah, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is. I can just flat out use Untouchable. So it's 1 miracle to copy, and then 1 effort daily to copy, and then 1 to use.
Okay, what does Untouchable cost?
1 scene end commit effort.
Alright, if it costs effort for the scene, then it costs effort for the day.
Oh, that's the main thing?
Yeet.
Yeah.
Unless it costs effort for the day.
Then it costs 2 effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
That's it. It's not that hard to miracle.
Alright, I will.
You should actually be doing it a lot because it's very easy.
I guess I'll Untouchable.
But you don't even know if you're going to get hit yet.
So what does that do?
Until the end of my next turn,
They have to roll a natural 20.
until the start of the next turn, they have to roll a natural 20 to hit, even if they auto hit.
Perfect. There you go.
Which still means they only hit me once more, and then still have 1 effort remaining. I'll
I have to roll a 20 on 4 d20s to kill you.
I'll try and take out one of these guys who's taken a damage point or 2.
Yeah, there's only one that's taking damage. It has 3 hit points left.
Yeah. Kill it.
You can actually take. You guys can take that one out. I'm going to go after a new one, and I'm going to Hungry Jaws of Death.
Do it.
Well, how about we see whether we can kill it, and if it survives...
Oh, that's even better.
Alright, I'm going to pause while you guys attack this stuff.
Excellent.
Alright, so Lothar, a combat character, did Untouchable from Alacrity, so he can only be hit on a natural 20 roll. The whites all try to get you, and none of them roll a natural 20. While it's happening, the party, Thea, Matael, Vampire, Marcus, and Azazel, all attack the whites and put one back in the suburbs, which is why I say the ground.
Oh, that's why you're.
Did you just get it?
I didn't.
What?
Whites, like
WIGHTS.
And I didn't know you were making a joke. I thought you were just being weird.
I thought you were just saying it weird.
So
A white, WIGHTS, is another language's word for a man or a body. And it's a monster in D&D. I'm also using it as the term white, like the whites.
So the Marquis just keeps missing, so he just kind of rolls his eyes and turns the gun sideways. and shoots it through the head.
Oh my god, you piece of shit.
Like,
The
oh,
Kind
right,
Master
style.
goes gangsta.
Style matters.
Well, your coolness goes up and you're like, there we go.
Yeah, that adjusted the modifiers. You know, as these things happen in the world he's from.
Like it's just in the background you see Eastern with like the manual being like for the bonus.
Plus, you know, if you really want to, he'll like plays the music on his cell phone. It's like, yes, I have ways of making myself better.
Who else hit?
No one.
What? Someone killed one. No, Luthor did.
No,
I did. I hit once.
Crimson Marquis
Yeah, you hit
killed
once.
him.
He killed one, and another
No.
one took some
No, I
damage.
did 4 points.
He, the Crimson Marquis, killed one.
Lothar
Lothar
hit a
just
new
damaged
one,
the
'cause
new
I
Yeah.
was
one.
did.
Okay, so two.
Yeah.
They were hit twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Okay.
So,
Dale tried to hit the Lothar, and they didn't.
The Lothar.
The Lothar.
the Lothar.
The
Lothar.
Lothar.
Lothar says.
All right, so let's pause and go to the next round.
Oh, goody.
All right, we're back. Everyone had a much better time this round.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, what did you do?
I swept the freaking bees around that kept missing. Maybe they have some kind of self-preservation thing going on that they shouldn't.
Yeah, the fungus takes care of that.
And yeah, I'll smash them back into one of these whites here.
All
I only
right.
do 1 damage though.
That's fine. Mattiel,
I remembered how swords work.
he started
I
using
started
handle. You
using
stopped going handle first.
Yeah. So,
You did like 4 damage. You did a lot. Vampire King.
Also 4 damage.
You
I did 2 damage and one of the White Lords died. I guess
Yes.
from a headbutt.
sent him back to Starbucks.
Okay, so that's a new round again?
No, and then Lothar.
Oh, I just, Lothar went completely
Unloaded on
shit
one at full
and
HP.
rolled all 3 hits, rolling 3 zeros for damage, so yes.
So there was 1 white left. It hit Lothar for 2 damage. He's at 1 hit point. Top it around, guys. Make it count. Can you do 11 damage before Lothar totally gets murdered?
I'll go last year, because...
Alright. A flurry of activity, and you guys all take down the very last Guardian White before it stabs Lothar to death. You're in the room full of dead whites. And because you killed them the correct amount of time, the thing I didn't tell you back where they start getting back up doesn't happen.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize how strong this was, so I was like, I'll overcompensate. It'll be fine.
I mean, it was fine. No one died.
I mean, I don't want you guys to die. You might as well erase the concept of hit points on your character sheet. You're not looking for that.
So...
No one wants you to die.
Oh yeah, you have no effort left.
Yeah, I had no effort.
I'm down to 1.
That's why you're not healing.
Yes.
No, we're also low on
Besides,
effort.
my heals are for the party. It's weaker than health heals.
Yeah, but I don't actually have any health heals. That's
Medical?
why I was waiting for you. But then I was like, wait, that's why you're not doing it. You fucking
Your
don't have any
select is
effort.
twice as good as mine.
Yeah, Azazel has 0, Lothar has 1, Matt Hill has 2, and Marcus and Thea have 4. Marquis. I can't not say it like that, I'm sorry.
That was a good fight.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Very brisk.
you're looking a little ragged there.
Yeah. I think I would be very dead, normally. Was for the whole god thing.
Do you suppose this place might have a medical center?
I mean, we do have a healer with us.
There is a door at the other end of here that's like barred with an iron bar and has a face on it, and there's a Joliarite smile on it that's the universal symbol for a hospital. No, not Joliarite symbol. It's a yellow orange topaz gem, the universal symbol for hospital. Symbol synonym.
Yeah. Oh, convenient.
Okay, so one moment
You
here.
approach the door.
Yep.
The face starts speaking.
Oh.
I am the door guardian. To get through, you must answer my questions 3.
Is it a
This
frog?
facility's automated destruct sequence will initiate.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Alright. There are 3 golden chests. No, there are 3 white horses standing on it. 30 white horses standing on a hill. First they stamp, then they smash, then they stand still. What are they?
Let's take the Hobbit book and smash that across the face.
White horses?
30 white horses standing on a hill. First they smash, first they stand, then they stand still.
They're white horses. You asked what they are. They're white horses doing this.
Yeah, but they're another thing, because it's a puzzle.
I mean, I know the answer, what the answer should be, but it's probably a frog.
But that would make no sense either.
Is it a frog?
You have answered correctly, Mage Toddbringer.
The Marquis just starts dragging his, sharp fingernails down the front of this door.
Yeah, Thea does not look pleased, but she's like, this son of a fucking bitch,
Yeah,
that's what it's going to be.
He pretty much just collapses against the door and slowly slides down with his claws.
Question the second.
Okay, but what's
That must have been a powerful trap.
Teeth.
Have you read The Hobbits, man?
Don't be shitty about not reading The Hobbit.
It's been a long time.
How are they horses?
Never seen.
How is that a
take
thing?
An ounce of easel.
It's a really dumb thing, because they're not horses. I don't get why they call it that. Unless, like, in Latin, the word for
Okay.
horse is kind of close to the word for teeth. I don't know.
Alright, this riddle. So, it's like a tree. It has roots, it grows tall, and rain falls on it. And it drinks from streams.
You don't even remember the riddle.
I didn't look it up ahead of time.
I know the real answer. I'm going to say frog.
You have answered correctly, Mage Todd.
What was that?
Mountains.
It's a mountain.
No, but like...
Now you're trying to remember the actual riddle because the door's old and senile.
Which has a root that nobody sees, is higher than the trees, up it goes, it never grows.
There it is.
Ah.
The Marquis is just laying on the floor in front of this door. Not really moving, but just like, okay.
This is a
third
white
question.
chest with golden treasure inside. What is it?
You're supposed to also say that it has no lock or key.
No lock or key or
No
hinge.
doors that are to this stronghold, yet thieves break in and steal the gold.
That too.
A frog.
Yes,
That's just-
Mage Toddbringer.
A chest with a hinges,
That one was
locked
an A.
or lit, yet golden treasure inside the tail.
Even I knew that one.
The door face like goes, "Whoa," like its mouth goes like into an O to make it look like it's like a peeping glass to look inside, and then it unlocks.
To be fair, if anyone else did this, I would love it.
Oh,
But it's Toddbringer, so fuck him.
The Marquis just kind of shifts himself out of the way.
I
of
mean,
the
it's a
door.
pretty good security system.
Yeah.
Just someone who's not aware of like the shit
Yeah.
that went on. Yeah.
If you want to look smart and clever, you'd be like, eggs, teeth, the mountain, and be like, haha, I got it. Look how clever I am, and then the base would blow up.
Fuck you. Our owner is stupid.
So, you guys are going to enter the hospital door, but first you're going to heal someone?
Yes.
Luther gets healed with your Archmage of the healing hands.
Yes, I
Give him a hand.
have a prepared fucking healing spell. From not a gift, but from low magic. You have to commit effort. You have effort left, right?
1.
Okay, this is your last effort. Are you gonna... Do you want it?
No, I think I'd
Um,
rather.
You'd rather die?
I'd rather have the effort to dodge for a.
That is more valid.
How much does it heal?
2d6.
2d6 straight.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's only shitty at items that go feature.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll take the.
The question is, was that a whole scene? So do we refresh the effort of the scene?
No.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter.
No, spitefully.
No. You get your 2 efforts back. Roll.
So, just
Go
to
ahead.
confirm,
Yeah. Go ahead.
You
you
said
want
yes.
it. Okay.
Unless you guys want to spend time in here and let a scene pass.
9.
Okay, that is pretty good. Heal me 9.
You guys want to let a scene pass?
I mean, unless they're gonna resurrect or whatever you just said.
No.
I think it's fine. Let's get some challenge. Let's have
I
some
mean,
immortal Taya go and tank something for a
If
change.
we have to fight something substantial, I will not be nearly as much help.
yeah, we should wait. We should rest.
Hasterin told you about this. It was called making camp.
Yeah, there's literally no reason not to wait a few.
I
A
am
scene.
perfectly untouched and untired. Restful. But other people need to frickin' rest.
I've taken a big emotional blow from that door, so I need time to recuperate.
Yes, that must have been a mighty trap indeed.
Oh yes, you are lucky I was here to take the blow.
Scene goes by and the door resets. You have to answer the questions again. They're the same questions. You have answered correctly all questions 3, Archmage Toddbringer. Whoa! Unlocks.
Let's go through it.
Alright, it's a door that leads down to stairs. Which is Zelda's stair climbing sound, like to the pastime. Whoop. You're in a room. The room is roundy, like it has a domed ceiling, and there's water falling everywhere, and it looks vaguely beautiful. There's crystals glowing all over the place. There's a pool in the middle. There are lily pads everywhere. There's a giant black lotus in the middle with a glowing figure in the fetal position. There is a large stone tablet panel in the front of it. There is a ghostly apparition of a frog standing there, waiting for you to approach.
There he is.
Welcome, Archmage Toddbringer.
Welcome.
Aye.
Do you want to come up?
Oh yeah, this is kind of your
probably
deal.
gonna be like your.
Okay, so yeah, come up.
It's a frog man in wizard robes with wizard hat. Like it looks like a D&D wizard, but a frog. His hands are out like this. It's like the T-Rex thing doesn't know what to do with his hands.
So I'm guessing you already described what it was that we're looking for here. The codex, archive.
What information do you seek, Archmage Toddbringer? Have you, if you are in fact Archmage Toddbringer and are having odd questions that make you sound stupid, have you been afflicted with the following issues? And he makes like hand symbols for amnesia, destroyed my own memory, resurrected as a good person, reincarnation, change of heart.
I'm gonna go with amnesia.
You have amnesia, Archmage Toddbringer. Truly, you are the most powerful wizard frog in the land.
Yes,
No
that
one is
is
better
me.
than you. How would you like to catch up on your panoply of knowledge?
I would like to know where it is stored. Are you the panoply of the knowledge?
No, I am a spectral image you cast permanence on in this area that allows me to tell you things you need to know.
Perfect.
It is a simple spell of the seventh sphere. It cost you some experience points to put me here.
Experience well spent. So where's my panoply of knowledge?
It is that stone tablet in front of the lotus eating machine. It'll give you information on all of your secrets and various crafting abilities, as well as information on the height.
The height of what?
The height of hubris, your grand project.
Ooh. Do tell me more about the height of hubris.
He's making like symbols with his hands. The height of hubris was an analog thaumaturgical machine that you used to siphon off half of the world's magic into this room, into an elixir that you drank to become a pure magic being, so that you could smite the gods, destroy the world, and kill all women.
Huh. That does sound like me.
I don't think this person was very nice.
Oh, do you not know how he was, killed?
I heard some terrible things going on, but that whole strange thing I was trying not to hear or see anything.
Oh yeah, the women of the machine destroyed him utterly. It was well deserved. He should die forever.
Did they put any traps in this room?
No, you have defeated all the traps that could possibly be there by answering the complex questions that only Toddbringer would know the answer to.
Perfect. As I planned, although I have amnesia.
Yes, your natural superiority across all men, and especially women, shines through.
I hate this guy.
I don't know.
Are you interested in why I bring up women so much?
Do explain.
You should know that when you were very young and starting out, you went seeking your prophecy from an oracle, the most powerful in the land, and they told you that a woman would be the one to strike you down. Wisely, you swore off that spectrum of the gender and decided to exterminate them so you could never die.
Sauron.
That does sound wise. The Witch King.
What?
The Witch King of Agrabah.
He
That's
was
the
the
guy who's
one-
like, I am no man. No
Oh,
man. It's
yeah.
No man can strike me down. I am no man.
It did specify that spectrum of the gender.
Yes. Well, perfect. If there's nothing stopping me from taking this archive, I shall transport it to my new laboratory. That's in a safer place.
I should alert you, Toddbringer, that you may be a clone or a robot with the memories of Toddbringer imprinted on them. I say this because the Lotus-eating machine is ready to deploy a new Toddbringer, which means you might not be actually alive. It's only able to bring one if one is currently not existing. By activating the Lotus-eating machine, Archmage Toddbringer will be brought into the world, and you will be rewarded with not death.
Huh. Well, I am here, and I am Throatbringer. At least I believe so. So, I guess the machine will not bring Throatbringer in here.
Nope, it's totally available and ready to go at your command.
The Marquis has been raising up his gun this entire time at the Lotus.
If you access the panel, you can probably, coat hanger that.
Coat hanger that. Jesus, Nicole.
I'll be frank, we don't need a thaumaturge of that
No.
power nor attitude in this new world. Let that aspect of the future die.
Kill it if you have to. Perfect.
You don't want to resurrect Archmage Toddbringer, the Master Eldritch? You bad misogynistic frog monster?
Everybody would hate it. Everybody will remember that.
Thanks, I hate it. Alright, so you say no?
I say no.
Okay, do you want to strip it for parts? Because there's a celestial shard inside. It's your big thing. Resurrect an enemy that everyone will hate you for, will try to control you, destroy you, or get a celestial shard. Look, I'm a...
It's a moral choice.
No, what's the name of that company that makes games like Mass Effect?
BioWare.
It's a BioWare decision.
They're even differently colored.
They are.
Paragon Renegade. Actually,
That'd be the renegadeest option ever. Yeah, I want a villain.
now neither one of us will be virgins.
There we go.
So are you going to shut it down?
Yes. So much yes.
Alright, you shoot the ceiling and kill Spectral Image Toddbringer and blow up the Lotus Eating Machine and strip it for parts.
Yep.
Is that small fetal version of him still in there?
No, it was just like a shadow effect.
Okay, good, because I was going to beat it against the wall until it stopped.
No, there was no dead baby inside. It was just like a.
Oh, I didn't expect a baby. I thought it was like a blank version of him.
Me too.
No, it's just like a light effect.
Strip
There's like a lotus pod in there that you can take, like a black lotus, like Magic the Gathering.
Ooh.
But if you take it, will it plant a new one?
No, it's just a celestial shard. You have it.
Okay.
You've broken the machine. Toddbringer won't come back. You don't have to fight the 36 hit die Master Eldritch that is Archmage Toddbringer, someone's old Epic Evil PC.
Alright.
It has been aborted.
Is that
Oh my
all
God.
we needed to do here?
Oh, and you have that stone tablet, which will give you all the information you need on how to build artifacts like this.
Yep. No, I think that's all we need.
Okay.
Alright.
Now we just have to get home.
You can put that in a swag bag.
Pocket.
Let's finish looting.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, out a wealth amount in here. I don't have it exactly right after I got it. You could get wealth out of this place by burning it with the burning condenser.
Yes, I would very much love to build a temple to myself with the
What about the word?
wealth from this place.
What about the what?
Is there something generating the word?
Oh, so
This structure.
Ah.
Yeah.
Just smash it up a bunch.
Like, I would love that.
That's fine by me. So the Marquis puts together a ash compacting machine, compacted down to the tiniest cubes
An
possible.
inanimate carbon rod.
Yeah, basically. And we'll leave with that.
Alright. You guys exit Toddbringer's last fortress.
Because we last in first, because it travels back in time.
Right? It's so great. This place is going to lose a lot of its power if you smash up the inside a bunch.
Good.
No shit.
Just spray paint the inside, tag it. Deactivate the Wondus wards.
I mean, yeah, if it's spray paint, then maybe the future Todd will see it.
My future Todd is dead.
Yeah, they lobotomized him existing.
I don't know, they killed the original, and then like his clones, some of his clones died, and some of them actually lobotomized themselves and stuff. This whole thing. It's this whole thing.
So he couldn't come back through them, yeah.
Cool. That all worked out.
Perfect.
Okay.
You guys exit the building.
Exit the building, exit the forest.
Oh, you're still in the forest.
Okay.
There's someone like just kind of looking over a rock. I guess you can see them because you're a hunter. Just kind of peeking over, kind of Samurai Jack style, that animation, like. Hello. No response.
Okay, I turn invisible,
Okay.
and then I'm going to sneak into the forest. And look.
Now, when you turn invisible, how do you turn invisible? Like, what power is that?
That is a low magic power, the no mind. Low magic.
No magic. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I will. It's a natural environment, so action that's the second level of invisibility. And then I will start looking for this guy.
All right. When you go around, there is someone in what looks like half plate that's like enchanted and stuff, and you can see it's enchanted because you're Godbound. And when you come around, they have like a blindfold over their eyes, and they see that you're coming because they have a gift. They actually have a gift of their own, and point a sword at you, a really long sword that's clearly been enchanted.
Okay.
The figure is looks a lot like Mattiel's people, just a little more refined. Like clearly a sheep or goat person, average height, average build, kind of a small, compact build, but still like that human average. Female wearing like plate mail that's been enchanted. It has like a long sword.
Hello. I'm Lothar.
Wait, the Plainsman? Okay.
No
Are
hostilities
those
meant.
those are the future gods, right?
Yes.
She gets up.
Oh, they're okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Mattiel, Thea.
We're still looking like half elves.
Oh, are you?
I mean,
You couldn't
I mean,
have
it
walked
seems like
inside the tower.
I mean, no, it was a deal.
Did you have to look like anywhere else for the scene?
I mean, we want to
I thought they were like
keep
100
it
feet
while
tall.
we leave
Yeah.
forest in
What
case
if I
we.
promise you you're not going to write anything if you can get first?
Fine, if you want.
Sure.
Purpose of the scene, is that okay? It's
Okay.
okay with you?
Okay.
No, like, I'm just asking.
So long as we're not going to run into hyper.
It's fine, you're not. I rolled for that one already.
As the worst of the seams, the furthest it goes to it.
Yeah, he'll just shed his off. Either way.
But she's like, Mattiel, Crimson Marcus, Thea.
Looks at it.
She's just waiting. She's holding. It's like,
Oh, not even me.
I only heard of these four.
They so the goat headed.
It's a very odd second half to your name, she says, poking kind of at her goat eyes and horns.
I know, right?
I mean, look at the
It's
head.
a little appropriate.
I mean, I have a goat head.
Don't you get on the nose?
So she kind of gets up. Her armor has a jeweler symbol on it.
But she's wearing a blindfold, you said.
Yeah. And she poked her eyes down to show that she had goat eyes. Are any of you... Not a cleric. Do any of you have healing magic?
Yes.
I have a friend that needs a bit of help.
Okay.
She kind of gestures.
Oh, I should.
Oh, wait! How long have those bodies been there?
Less than a month. A few days. They were buried a few days ago. Therefore,
Yeah, they got funeral rites and everything.
Because I can actually bring them back somewhere they're not.
Let's
Proper-
skip
Well,
over
by
that.
the way,
probably buried.
good spatial awareness.
That doesn't matter.
We're very aware,
Indefinite
clearly.
did matter. They couldn't give the proper rights.
Oh yeah, it's
I think
part
that
of the
was
thing.
literally just in that other setting that was a problem. It's not actually a problem in the gifts, it's in the setting of...
If you get burial rites in Incalia, like in a
In Calia.
Godbound setting, it doesn't work.
Yeah, but in the gifts, it doesn't have that
Or maybe
limitation.
it was just in death that specifically.
It's not the death word, it's the setting of Incalia that's the problem.
No, of arson.
Yeah.
You sleep in your body for a month or forever if you get burial rites. In the Epistle, you magnetize straight to hell, no matter what happens to your body. There are only two outcomes, hell or oblivion. Anyway,
Yeah.
but you do, yeah, once their soul goes to hell, you're fucked. It takes about a month.
Yeah, if only someone hadn't eaten all the gods, their souls would have. Oh wait, even then, didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter when the gods were around.
Oh,
There were afterlives.
Right.
And there were
Okay.
neutral places.
If only people
And-
hadn't eaten their gods, then.
Yeah, and when him was alive, reincarnation was the standard.
Yeah.
Not
How do you
going
think the
down.
rule kept coming back?
Which makes it even more insulting that people ate the gods that were
Anyway.
protecting. Yeah.
She just gets up and kind of just gestures, over around a tree, which is a bit of a feat. The trees are big. There's like little she's put stakes in the side of it to kind of walk up it. So you guys just clear out that Toddbringer cache.
Yes.
That's good. Was there anything resurrecty in there?
There was, but we destroyed it.
Good for you. Didn't count because he wasn't actually there.
The answer is frog.
I don't understand that reference. I'm sorry. I'm off around here. So, trees up to the branch, and there's another woman there in Manticore gear that has like a gut wound that's been kind of patched up and laid on hands a bit, and there's like an infection clearly going across it, but it's like magical. They look more futury, like they have mods, and their like face has been like cybernetically enhanced, and there's like different clades and different things put into it. So she got hit by the traps out there, and I was able to keep her stable, but it's a little bit beyond me. I can't really take these curses out.
Well, is she unconscious right now?
No, she's looking at you guys, and she looks
Okay.
angry.
I'll take out candy. This should.
Paladin takes out the ball gag, and she just starts screaming at them, and she's like, shh, 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 shh. There you go. Puts the gag back in. It's not like a sex ball gag, Nicole. It's like a
Why?
restraint.
It's like she's a prisoner?
Yeah, like she's all tied up.
I completely missed that.
I know you did. I know you did.
Delirious from the infection.
Bit of a prick.
So, that should heal
2d6.
2d6 plus cure even magical diseases, regal limbs and body parts.
You don't have to roll or anything. She'll be fine.
There's no cure for being a prick.
They're an NPC. They're good.
An MPs?
An NPC. Oh, thank you. That's not a good deed then.
That was the person.
Oh, they're just someone from MCP that survived.
Anticorp?
Yeah. I mean, she gestures to the armor and the branding and stuff.
So,
So what was your interest in Sanctum back there?
Oh, she takes out a journal, written on leatherback and stuff. It's like, I had a list of places I wanted to check in just while I was here, and this was one of those places.
very casual to be exploring the Elven Forest for goods.
What else am I going to do? I wanted to make sure no one got here.
Is this
I brought
a...
back Toddbringer.
Is this... Okay, so this isn't a tourist thing. This is a
Duty.
Kaval-like keeping secrets thing.
Well, sure, you can call it that. It's a little more Joel-y. She gestures her Joel-y breastplate. Her longsword that the hilt is a happy-faced sun with a sunbeam coming out as the blade.
They're two sides of the same coin, and you're wearing the blindfold.
Do jewelry still use the same iconography?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? She's not part of the Julius Anarcho Collective, which is different from being a Joel-y.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if they have a different symbol from being an actual jewelry.
I'm a little confused. You're not a robotic dinosaur.
Not
I
all
don't
of them are.
understand that reference.
Not all of them are. They are... Remember the future... Remember Dericho? How they were all completely different freaks? That is the same across all the...
Maybe the tenured professors.
She kind of looks at herself, looks at her wool and stuff, looks over at Matael, who's kind of similar. It's not the word
Well, I
freaks.
didn't mean you. I meant the person we met the other day that was literally a head with a bunch of arms coming out of it. And the giant
Sounds like a laborer.
Tyrannosaurus robot.
Tenured
That's
professor.
when I was a laborer.
I don't think I don't think I was there for that.
You totally were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You totally were there.
Which one was that for? The
Jericho.
Dericho?
oh yeah,
With
yeah, yeah.
Oz, the
Tower.
sex orgy room?
Yeah, yeah.
The sword curse?
Yes, that I remember. Lothar's just tried to repress it.
So, the guy's gagged? Or what?
Yeah, I gagged her. She was rude.
I guess.
And she was drawing attention here. You want to do that here? If you're smart.
I will take her.
You're just taking her?
You're a manticore. I owe them.
She just kind of moves her hand to her sword. What do you mean, take her?
Back to manticore?
Yes, would you like an escort?
I'm not going to Manticore. I don't live there.
Oh, you simply encountered her on the way?
Yeah, they were trying to loot it. And
What
they
were you planning on doing with her?
made sure she was healthy, then cut her loose.
Oh, okay.
Just because she's ungrateful doesn't mean she doesn't get a chance to live.
No, I was just... He was going to take her back to Manticore. You seemed like you wanted to stop it, but there was just some
I mean, he's
miscommunication.
picking up a she's picking up a bound soldier, and
Oh yes, I was also...
he just gestures at you.
That's why I also asked, but...
What?
Well, there's no vats of boiling oil around right now, but...
But?
You can't blame me for asking.
Well, what's this? I'm picking up on subtext here.
It's unnecessary. Will you be fine on your own then?
I suppose so. I usually am.
You can come with us.
What's your
Where
name?
are you going? Also, you asked what?
What's your name?
Freya. I am Freya.
We're likely heading back to our city after this. You are welcome to come with us and rest up before heading off again, certainly.
We do have state-of-the-art
Kind of.
medical facilities and entertainment.
When you say city, do you mean city?
Yes, a genuine city.
But not stupid like Jericho or Nocturnus.
An actual city, not a underground bunker of pleasure pods.
It would be nice to have a shower and maybe get some food that isn't iron rations.
Excellent, then it's agreed. We shall escort you out of here.
Okay.
Is it...
Yeah, Freya. Like Freja.
Shall we fly?
Sure? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, flight.
Do you have any more questions for her? Want to talk to her at all?
Seems like something we can do once we're out of the Elven
Yeah.
Forest. Where
You
there's
can leave the Elven Forest just fine.
Yeah, just okay.
You're absolutely able to get out of here without any further problems. Though, in the distance and stuff, as you're leaving, you just see those like dark zones and those light zones as like the evening setting and stuff that are the telltale sign you're now able to recognize as, elves.
I think they use the spot from afar.
They are pretty easy to spot from far, actually.
Perfect.
They're just naturally like that.
You really should have come here at night. It would have been way easier to avoid them. Not
I
that we
mean,
ran into any of them.
Probably at day it's easy to spot the dark ones, and at night it's easy to spot the bright ones.
Yeah, do that.
Aha. So you should come here at twilight.
Twilight Princess. Yeah, so you're at the edge of the forest. Where are you heading back to?
I think we're going back to the city. Are we not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
All
It's on the way.
The lady.
Okay.
Untied her.
Tell us your sob story.
What did you say to me?
What's
Your
your name?
sob story.
Brinstar. Special projects.
Oh, out of character. Did you want to resurrect those before we left?
I actually can't.
They've gotten funeral rights. Get
Yeah,
fucked.
Well, health, as soon as they're one within a day. Death, probably within a month. But they can get the funeral light, and that's in the gift. So,
Yeah. Anyway,
So it's almost a exciting thing. Well, sorry your friends died.
they knew what they were being paid for.
so what are you there for?
Looting. For money.
The noblest of deeds.
Yeah.
Would you like us to escort you back to your home base?
Yeah, sure. I'm already gonna get my ass handed to me for not bringing back anything. I guess we'll bring back contacts.
Very well.
Okay.
Let's grab. We can probably go to our city and then.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
I
want.
think
Yeah.
that's faster, and then we can grab the ATV you made.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Dune Buggy.
Okay.
Patrick Stewart having a lot of fun.
Patrick Stewart in his Dune Buggy. He was in Dune. We should watch Dune. It's
I know he's
garbage.
in Dune. That's why I'm saying it like that.
It's just garbage. It's just the worst.
I thought I showed that one to my speaking of her exact comment. I went 4 hours of my life back.
It's so long. gods forever. Alright. You're back at your city. What do you want to do, guys?
Show her around?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, she's used to this stuff. She's like, oh, this is great. It's nice, but not, ridiculous.
So where are you from?
I'm from nowhere, really. It's not like where I'm from is around anymore.
Who did you come back with?
I was in one of the sleeper pods when the JAC decided to go back.
Ah. Not by your own will, then.
Well, I didn't get a vote for several things, that's for sure. I was entombed early on in the project.
Ah,
You must be adjusting to quite a few changes, then.
Yeah, you can say that. Turns out one of the colonies was moving out storage space inside just to crack open me and a few other caskets and let us loose.
Well, you are certainly welcome to an apartment here when you're not off adventuring, looting.
I guess.
Do you have
Seems about right.
we also, once again, we do have hospitals, so feel free to come by for our services. Most of my priests and such will be able to heal you just as well as I just did, or heal you as well as I prefer. And
I don't know if this is I'm not the faux pas is does that stuff she's wearing mean she's worshipping a god?
yes,
Yes.
yes. Specifically, are you asking the character?
Yes.
Okay. Specifically, the god
Juliar,
which,
the Bright Lord.
yes, specifically the god which was that robot dinosaur, the one that his people killed.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So
Thank
they still use the iconography, but she's wearing it more honestly.
They profane it
Yes.
with their use, yes.
Okay.
So, where do you intend to go next?
Got a few sites left to check out. I want to make sure to stay under the radar.
May I request that you take this GPS with you? Simply as areas, you needn't share anything you find with us. Simply, well, for large-scale things you wouldn't be able to remove on your own. It would be of interest to the city to be able to retrieve larger things.
Also,
Alright, I'll take it on good faith.
Also, it's more dangerous, of course.
My
Even if we don't ourselves come with us, many of our worshippers are quite strong. So if you need a group,
my followers are natural scouts.
I'll take it on good faith. You gotta be a little more careful about going around saying that you're Thea, though.
specifically why?
The rescuer's been around. She and I had a conversation a bit back. She's not too happy that there's a god going around saying she's Thea.
And she doesn't know that you are Thea.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'd just say that it's none of my business. It's not really one of my concerns.
Thank you for the heads up. I'm not going to lie about who I am.
Just kind of glance at the gigantic Thea statues
Right.
carved out of wood, growing from the ground.
You're not like cooking and eating your worshippers, and you're not lobotomizing them, so it seems fine. She like taps at her blindfold. No, nothing's ticking off. Detect evil. She's a paladin.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's not setting up with me.
You're not evil.
Like, okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I was saying I wasn't evil, but if
You're not like overtly doing something evil in front of her. You're not like Tansy.
Okay. Okay.
Detect evil doesn't work like in the D&D manual where it's like, you're made of evil. It's like, you're not doing anything evil right now. You're doing charity work. If you're kidnapping children, she's like, whoa, that thing's kidnapping children. Time to smite evil and attack the Slender Man.
Why would it attack social workers?
Because giving children brain damage to kidnap them from their families is bad.
Roofies are bad.
Okay.
Roofies are bad.
It's not roofing. It's a social worker
Okay, we're not having...
who takes the children away
We're not
from their
having
bad
this.
situation
This is perhaps
and
best.
makes them forget the traumatic events so they can have a happy life.
We need to build character.
So, When you
Just saying.
detect evil, like when someone's walking around, it's just like, okay, no evil, and then they litter and they like light up like this black evil, and it goes back.
Sure,
to normal.
littering.
That's cool.
And it's probably,
It's intent. It's you know, the more you do it, the more it stains you and shit. You guys, generally speaking, aren't that bad. Not even Azazel's that bad.
I mean,
They're barely sentient.
so like if he had meant to cook that lady, then she would have been like, oh fuck.
Yeah, here we go. Time to fight a god.
Okay.
Maybe I can put him down before he gets out of hand.
Well,
Spoiler alert, she could put you down before you got out of hand. She has like 10 hit dice at most.
I'll grab like 6 of them and maybe they'll take down one.
what'd you say?
Grab 6 of them and maybe they'll take down one. Like what we just had today.
Well, we are going to be taking back Brinstar or Brinstar?
Brinstar, like in Metroid.
Brin. We will be taking her back to her base. You're free to accompany us, but also free to wander.
Not really. I'm not a real big fan of the Manticore. They're slavers,
Yeah, you and me both.
right? Are you responsible for the swords?
Yes.
She like goes into her pack and pulls out one of them, tosses it to you. I'm gonna send that one out again.
Oh, thanks. Did
Just-
it,
Ended up in my hands, and it's talkative, it's nice, it's friendly, it's a little zealoty for me, but I don't need it.
oh, thanks. I'll put it back into the world.
Good. It's useful. So it's nice to empower people. Yeah.
Empowering.
Right. You guys want to? Speaking of those swords, do you want to talk to the group about what you found?
What?
Last session.
Character?
No.
What? No.
The righteous
What
crusade.
specifically?
the Sailor Scouts that killed your guys' friend.
As far as we know, there is a group of people out there. Oh,
Are
right, I'm
you-
just saying this out loud. Okay. Right, okay. Now that we're back here, and, you know, there is a group, it seems, that slew the Lich King,
Which Horn King.
the Horned King,
Oh, it's terrible.
tore away his horns.
Aw.
It seems that it wasn't from evil intent, merely that they witnessed they viewed his own actions as, you know, justifiably, vaguely evil. Oh, apparently they had one of your swords, so congratulations.
They all have them.
They all had them, so they are making their way to just hands. They also spared the lives of my vampire coven. So,
Sounds like the swords chose well.
yes. It may be an issue in the future, however, depending on the choices we make regarding our allies. Something to keep in mind. They are allied with this angel. So, yes, something to...
The angel that hates Thea,
Yes. It's exciting, isn't it?
that's problematic.
Oh, you never know.
Does this world have angels in it?
Nope.
Not anymore, I don't.
It did in the future. They're all dead. They all got chummed up into bits.
And in the past, never heard of them?
Never been made.
God didn't make their own, like we
The
don't.
word angel means messenger, and the gods don't have a use for those now that they have breakers and takers and titans. Yeah, that's actually what the word angel means. It means messenger.
No, but how do those two overlap?
The breakers, like the titans, go out and push the word of Fui all over the place. So do the pinnacle, basically. And the takers do the natural order thing, too. Like, they all represent Fui in one way or another. If she wants to talk to you, she'll send a hurricane. She doesn't need an angel.
Yeah.
The other gods, the ones that be good and evil and stuff, they would make those, but there's an arms race going on. They're not making them.
Nice.
Also, they're all dead, for the most part, so.
Devin,
Nicole,
please, because I deleted my notes because Peter was making very thorough notes, but he didn't write down his name. Please tell me the butterfly man's name.
I don't remember the butterfly.
What
names.
butterfly?
The Butterfly
Exactly.
Reaper.
Reaper.
He was from the first session. We found him being attacked by undead.
Oh yeah.
You guys are going to have to look it up by listening to the episode, because I don't remember the butterfly's name. Or do I go to Session 1 notes?
That was also before I changed my powers, and therefore had totally the ability to send away the undead.
His name was Yen.
Yeah.
Yan, Y-A-N. A reaper of the dead that is concerned with the amount of death being wrought. This land is going strange and hostile from what is happening. Swarm of butterflies. Temple is under siege by dead things aligned with the Horned King. I made notes for each little conflict I throw you guys at.
Also do have it. Here's the Death-Head Butterfly, Fating, Reaper of Scythe, Yen.
Y-A-N. Yan.
Where?
Control F for Reaper.
Anyway, you guys were talking before Nicole needed that name.
It was really annoying me. I keep forgetting to ask about it.
It was problematic because they're going to kill Thea. I think was the topic at the time.
I mean, they can try. Until then, it'll be entertaining. Oh, they also headed north to deal with one of the Lords of Hell, which I fully encourage.
Yeah, they don't sound like the kind of people I want to be opposing.
Exactly. So we choose our allies well. We hide the ones we, wish to keep safe. The ones they may view as evil. They're from this world. They likely have a very black and white view of.
They're also being led astray by someone who doesn't really.
A
They're
zealot.
being led astray by a zealot.
I would rather we didn't discourage them, particularly if they are dealing with enemies that we share. I would
Sounds
even
like their
suggest
hearts are in the right place.
exactly. I would suggest we aid them, nudge them in the right directions from afar.
See if we can supplant their guiding influence.
Or simply lead them. Well, mislead them, I suppose. The angel is not omnipotent, so even she is prone to being led astray.
Do you want me to tell have my scout say something to them, or bring them a message?
Leave them be.
I think a softer touch might be better.
Very soft. If we make it seem as though we are influencing them, they may perhaps resent that. The angel may make them double down on their own beliefs. She is supplying them with incredibly powerful weaponry. It seems they have not allied themselves, but they have a certain respect for the Four Seasons as well. That may be where they are gathering their unusual power from. I suggest a wait-and-see approach. Observe them from afar. See their progress.
I'll ask if any of my scouts have any stories on them.
Okay.
We should have them report back, certainly.
So, should we go to my Anticorp?
Oh yes, we are simply going to lob her over there. I'm sure we'll get there.
Oh,
Just in a capsule. I suppose we could request a finder's fee.
Awesome. Brinstar says.
Okay. I guess we're off.
Okay, you get a message.
Okay.
Like you, specifically because you have like a communication hub or whatever, right? Cool. Dericho's under attack.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh.
A Breaker Lord showed up with his entourage and is sieging it.
Any description of the break alert?
A big, giant, stupid giant. The message comes in like 4 or 5 parts. It's like, just letting you know, there's some free food out here if you want to come collect it. And it's like the frog guy pointing a camera at like, this big titanic figure in the background and armies attacking. And they're like, throw up the field! Hexagon shield goes up, with hexagon panels. Second message. Alright, they're still here. They haven't left yet. The field's being attacked by rocks. There's things dropping on it. Attacks are happening. There's sorcerers firing shapes at it from an army. Yeah, anytime you guys want to drop by, we can take care of this, but we don't really want to have to spend the resources, This is sort of your deal, right? Third message drops in. Okay, the shield's going down. This might be a little more serious than I thought it was. I shouldn't have been so flippant. We're going into full lockdown. Next message. Alright, I guess I should have sent these all at once, but I didn't, because I forgot to hit send, because I'm used to a network automatically uploading it to my mail carrier. So I'm going to send these now, and hopefully you don't watch them in order before acting. Or you watch them in order and then act, or you don't just watch one. Just watch them all. Oh my god, just send this to the marquee, okay? If the marquee gets this, he'll know how to read the messages. And like, he's pointing at himself with the camera, and then he's looking in the mirror, and then he's hitting a bunch of buttons on it, and it turns into a folded crane and flies away out of the hole of the shield. Godspeed! Because we worship you now and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're worshiping you, so you should be able to, like...
And the message flew into your
prayers.
guys' magic meeting room and turned into a cassette tape and plugged itself into the wall. And played.
Didn't someone build a shrine there?
I have a shrine there, and they're worshiping you, so you'll be able to hear their prayers and stuff, probably.
Why do you have a shrine there if he's the one they worship?
Because I could afford it, and he didn't.
Because I can
ask.
afford it, bitch!
Because
Also,
I'm a
they're still
dragon.
building the shrine. A lot of time's gone by since that happened. That was yesterday.
Okay.
That was less than 24 hours ago. You guys are fast.
Well,
you're ready to
real
travel
fast.
time moves.
So I guess we should head out there.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's ready the ship.
Shall I summon forth some? This sounds like something where will actually be useful to have allies with us.
Roll thick.
let's see.
Are we still injured? And like effort tapped?
It is the same.
time
A
thing.
day has passed.
Okay. Well, it's like, we'll wait a day.
You can wait a day. I'll let you wait a day in between sessions. It's all good. They could probably hold off for a while. And I forgot that less than a day had gone by, so it seems like they showed up kind of out of nowhere. But fuck you guys. They were always on the way, or they never were, or they used magic. I don't care. Stargates exist. Don't question it. Don't think
Wizard
about
did
it.
it.
Don't think it. Don't say it. Anyway, that guy, Azazel, knows who this is because it was his previous owner before he traded him in. Because you didn't kill that breaker, right? That's part of your backstory. That breaker's still alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
He's antimystical towards you, right?
Well,
He doesn't like you.
That's the word.
but like,
Okay, so Ivory Crown Empor, not Emperor, Empor, his name is where the word will come from in the future, is a titanically sized elephant giant man. Like, 50 feet tall, big, swole elephant man that looks like Ganesh, but not so much so that he will get complaints from that part of the demographic.
Okay.
Tusks everywhere that curl up into a crown of tusk horns, 3 eyes, multiple trunks that make like a Cthulhu tentacle maw, big open maw full of like teeth and stuff, big strong hands, covered in jewelry and finery and diamonds. He has a big belt and stuff, little pants. He also has floating around him large stone hands, like 2 sets of large stone hands that are just his. And he just brought an army with him. His whole army. His martial army of breakers. He's a major breaker. Not like the other ones you fought.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call up some significant forces for this one.
Ivory Crown Empor is a single breaker, but he has brought along his guys. Which there's like scanning stuff. And you know, because you're a part of them.
yeah.
There's Kolat, the sorcerer, Bjorn Kalam, the berserker, and 2 you don't recognize. But Lothar does.
Oh,
One looks like an ostrich man. Like a man with like long ostrich legs, long ostrich neck, talons. His feet are taloned. He's like covered in feathers. Looks like a feather boa, so he looks fantastic. And one of his eyes, this is new to you, has an elephant tusk poking out of it, and it's been like engraved and stuff, and it's thrumming with Kuma power. And that's 2 legs talons, someone that was part of your village.
Really?
Yeah, he's just a friend of yours. Like, you both were like getting strong together and work it out and stuff.
I thought he was dead.
Nope, there he is. Tusk coming out of his eye, giving him unholy power.
And this is in the video, I assume?
Yeah, like, they're just all like, here's his main guys, his 4 generals.
I know this one from my village. I have not seen him in countless seasons.
You think you might be able to talk him down?
his kicking legs to kick, future soldiers in half.
I don't know, that thing sticking out of his eye is...
That horrible tumor.
I don't know what that is, but I would...
The generals all have one of those tusks
It is
coming out of
effective.
somewhere.
Perhaps if you remove it, it may dispel whatever has enthralled him. Or it might be buried in his brain. Who knows?
And the last
Either way,
one,
it'll solve the problem.
Oh, yes.
is a large blue frog-looking thing that's like all swollen and covered in tattoos and runes, and is covered in like it has like predator rending claws coming out of its hands that are bone spurts. It's a Shemzeroth spawn. When it opens its mouth to do its like tongue ribbit thing, its tongue has the elephant tusk put through like a tongue stud.
The answer to all riddles.
So when it breathes out, it like breathes on fire.
I
So
mean, there is
that
this.
was Kolat, a sorcerer.
Can you
I'll give
paste
you the names.
them in?
I'll punch the names in. You don't have to.
Yeah, like frogs with bones, but there is an actual species of frog that breaks their own bones when he and uses that as bone spurs.
Yeah, this guy doesn't. He just got a tongue stud of unlimited power. Like it's actually like studded on the bottom with gold and stuff. And then there's like minor generals that don't have any hit dice. And then there's the army. He brought an army of spearmen and an army of sorcerers. They have wands and fire shapes. The wands are made of ivory.
They fire shapes.
Shapes. Like triangles, squares, and little O's. Like magic koopas.
Does your former master just produce magical ivory? Is that a thing he does?
He has a lot of ivory that's lawfully magical.
It's a walking giant elephant. Yes.
Does it regrow?
Yes.
Also, you're a Theotech making items for him. This is something he does.
I don't like the way this is going.
I mean, he's a slaver. And that is a lot of ivory. Ivory is very valuable.
Is it though?
You can make so many pianos from it.
You don't
A
make
piano
it
for every apartment.
I guess you could make pianos out of ivory, but
His voice is chilling, like a piano made of frozen Windex.
You're thinking of capturing him?
Preserving his skeleton, perhaps. That may be more within my domain. To keep his skeleton alive and constantly growing, producing more and more ivory.
Out of character, breakers are capital E evil, right? But they're generally...
They're chaotic. If you want to go classic AD&D, they're on the chaos spectrum rather than the law spectrum, which is what which is what Fui and Foss live on.
and
Classic
whether
AD&D
or
didn't
not
have their
they're
evil.
capital E evil, they don't care about people and specifically wreck their shit.
They're
And
called
have
breakers
slaves.
for a reason.
And have slaves.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I figured.
Yes,
Break
they-
civilization.
On the other hand, they're not like the future society that break the whole world.
Yet.
No, they're just part of Fui's natural order. No
Yeah.
houses or cities.
Oh, I just mean that, the past people would eventually destroy the world as well. That's how it works.
I mean, yeah, but breakers themselves wouldn't be gutting gods
If
and
we
such.
if we didn't come back here, you people would have just become us.
Yeah, but the breakers wouldn't. They're just part of the
Yeah.
natural
Oh yeah,
ecosystem.
yeah. I'm just simply saying.
So,
It's
in that sense, they're not.
not a future person
Different kind
problem.
of evil.
It's a humanity problem. Regardless, I wouldn't be keeping the brain alive. I would be keeping the skeleton alive. We all win.
Turn him into an elephant graveyard.
Yeah, literally.
For one.
Well, if you can preserve just the skeleton, I guess I don't have any objection to that.
Excellent. Well, shall we go kill an elephant?
That guy's tough.
If possible, I would like to rescue my old friend. I don't know what condition his mind is in.
I'm not opposed to you trying.
Of course, I won't let it come before my duty to deal with the biggest threat.
The Marquis just kind of rewinds to the point where that ostrich guy kicked a guy in half and just kind of freeze frames on that.
Yeah! And he has a Kopesh that's magic. It's one of those cool curvy swords.
Yes, let's avoid letting our feelings endanger everyone else.
Survival is and faith towards one flock is a primary tenet.
Well, I think in that case, then, we have a good place to end on.
Yeah.
Because it's 10:30.
Yep.
It's super late. Not super late, but late enough that people are sleeping. I'm sick.
Same.
So, I was Devin,
Nicole.
Tyler?
Kevin?
Peter?
Mark.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.